And this is an event unlike anything the White House or the UFC have put on before. And joining us now to discuss the magnitude of this event is Luke Thomas of CBS Sports and host of the Morning Kombat MMA podcast. Hey, Luke, it's good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We're just trying to get a better sense of, the significance of this, the fascination with it. For people who may only casually follow MMA, what makes this such a big moment for the sport?
Well, it's just a really unusual event. I mean, I've been covering mixed martial arts professionally for about 20 years, and this is just unlike anything I've really ever seen. I mean, I've seen grand spectacle. Recently, there was a boxing match, by the way, just outside the pyramids of Giza. So it's not like we haven't seen like crazy backdrops. But this is a little bit different because obviously we're on the White House lawn. It's kind of funny. MMA fans and UFC fans definitely know who is on the card. But I've done a lot of media this week and talking to people who are maybe not as familiar with UFC. Usually when there's a big fight week, it's around a big name. This one has almost its own gravity independent of who is on the card. And I can just tell you, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that.
Okay, so just to piggyback off of that, some fans have called this fight card underwhelming. We've got multiple celebrities declining the invitation to attend, but others say the atmosphere will make it unforgettable. Which fighters or moments do you think that we should be watching out for?
Yeah, I mean, there are some people that have some reservations about this event because there are some political considerations to make. But nevertheless, just talking about the fight card itself, what I'm going to say is, listen, there's really no fat on this card. A lot of times UFC events can be 10, 14 fights. This one is just 7. And so it's really not a lot of extras on there. That doesn't mean that it's perfect. It doesn't have, a superstar name on there. But the two names I'm going to give you are very easy to follow. It's the champion in the main event. That is Ilia Topuria. He honestly might be the very best guy in the sport. Whenever he competes, it is absolutely must-see. And in the co-main event is a guy by the name of Alex Pereira. Fight fans will know exactly who I'm talking about. He is trying to become the first person in UFC history to win a title in 3 weight classes. No one's ever done it before, but he's got a really tough fight. So, like I said, are there some criticisms to make of the fights themselves? Sure, but if you ask most UFC fans, they're going to tell you they're pretty satisfied.
Over the past few weeks, we've been keeping a close eye on the construction of the octagon. UFC fights are typically, as you know, in a controlled environment indoors. Are there any concerns about the octagon being outside on the South Lawn there?
I mean, there just have to be. Now, listen, you got to understand something about the Ultimate Fighting Championship. They have a very can-do, almost like MacGyver-like attitude. You'll recall during the pandemic, they were still able to run shows in an in-house facility in Vegas or overseas. They just kind of kept the train rolling and figured out solutions. I suspect that they've got an array of options in the event of inclement weather. But that's just one problem. The other problem is going to be, how does it actually affect the fights themselves? And I know what people say, oh, well, all sports, or at least most sports anyway, are outside. But for sports that are not, where the degree to which it can be chaotic has to be controlled, this could have an effect on the outcome. Do fighters get too hot and gas out? Does the rain cause slippage on the octagon floor? Again, I don't know the answers to these questions, but they are real ones that I'm hoping, and I'm reasonably confident anyway, that the UFC has a decent answer for.
Yeah, sure. In about 30 seconds or less, if everything goes according to plan Sunday night, Luke, what does success look like for the UFC?
Well, like I said, because this is so crazy, it's hard to know what the benchmark should be. This is what I would say is, look, if they can reach NFL numbers for a game, so let's say between 20 and 30 million, it would set the record for the most watched MMA event in US history overall, in North American history, and that would be something that I think they would consider a home run. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe they do more, maybe they do less, but that's the benchmark I'm using.
Yeah, definitely drawing a lot of attention. Luke Thomas, thank you so much for shedding some light on this topic. CBS Sports and host of the Morning Kombat MMA podcast. Check him out. Thanks so much, Luke.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.